Hello everyone, welcome back to our HTML tutorial series. Today we are going to learn about four essential topics that will make your web pages interactive and visually appealing, like links, images, favicons, and comments. So these are the fundamental building blocks that every developer needs to master. Let's dive right in. Okay, so in today's class, we will start with the links, also called as hyperlinks. Okay, so they allow users to navigate from one page to another page or even within the same page. Okay, so this is the syntax we are writing for the tag link. Okay, so this is an anchor tag. So it is going to create with a linking some other pages. Okay, so HTML we write it in HTML tag. So here href is equal to URL and link text closing the anchor tag. So there are two main parts here. Okay. So the first one is href, right? So href means hypertext reference and it specifies the destination. This could be a URL, this could be a URL, file, section, email or anything. So next one is the link text. This is visible checkable text. Okay. For a new tab, you can use the attribute like target is equal to underscore blank. We should write it in a single quotes. So this I will show you in the practical section how it will come in a different new tab. Okay. So this is the syntax of a link tag. Okay. Let us move on to the practical part. So I will show you how to connect this code, connect the some other pages with this anchor tag. So let us move on to the practical part. So now let us move on to the practical part. So yesterday we have created, means last class we have created so some text formats. Today we'll create link. So just I'll take the name link.html file. So in this file we are going to create something was creating problem. Okay, so link.html is created now. So now let us type the basic HTML code. So inside this basic HTML code, I am going to write a link tag. Okay, so how to write a link tag using anchor tag. So A is opening tag. So inside that tag only we are writing href. What is href? Href is hypertext reference or hyperlink reference also we will call. So hypertext reference we are giving the links. Okay, just I'll give https colon. So S means it is a secure website. So slash slash. Now you are going to write the URL www dot. So I'll write our website name only abhiyantriks.org. So after the link, so we are closing the double quotes and close the tag. So then we are going to type the link test. Just go to Abhiyantriks. Okay, so this is the link tag. So that's it. When you open a page, you will see the text with a go to Abhiyantriks. Okay, so I will show you the output, how it will look. Debugging. So now it will come in a browser. It is asking web Chrome. Okay. See, here is the HTML code, here is the output screen. Okay, so here you can see the go to Abhiyantriks. So this is the text is visible from this anchor tag. Okay, I think you can able to see here. I'll minimize the code. Okay, so now you can see the complete code here. So A means anchor tag, href is equal to we are writing URL and it will take you to Abhiyantriks. Okay. So here you can add the target is equal to blank attribute. So that one I will show you. So now if I click this link, it will take you to Abhiyantriks website. So okay. So if we given a proper address, it will take us to Abhiyantriks website. Okay. So right, understood. So now we'll check with the target tag. So now actually if you are clicking this link, so the page will open in the same tab. So if we want to open it in another tab, we are going to use the one more attribute, that is target is equal to, here only we have to use target is equal to underscore, target is equal to underscore blank. So if I give this target is equal to underscore blank, so now you can see here the output. So if I click, the Abhiyantrik's website will open in a new tab. Okay, so for this new tab, we are going to use this target one. So this is really helpful when you don't want users to lose their place on the website. Okay, so that time we are going to use this one. So I think you have understood about this link, right? So what we are doing here, we are using only link tag. So what is the link tag name? Anchor tag. That we call it as an anchor tag A. And here we are using two attributes. The basic attribute is href is equal to link we are providing here, and one more attribute is target is equal to blank. When we need this one, so if we want to open a link in a new tab, that time we are going to use this one. Okay, so I think you have understood about this link tag. So if you have any doubts, you can comment. Okay, so I will answer your doubts. So like this, you can give any other website links. So just I'll give a Amazon. I think Amazon a website everyone knows, right? Amazon.in. So just I'll give Amazon.in. Let us run the code. So the name Abhiyantrix is coming, right? So just go to Amazon. I'll change the text also because it will be confusing. See, now it changed to Amazon. If I click here, it will open with the Amazon website. Okay. So this way we are going to, so our Amazon.org also we can give, sorry, Amazon.com. So it will open Amazon.com website. Just refresh. It is opening Amazon.in website. Okay. So if I zoom this one, complete website will be able to visible. So like this, you can give any other websites. You can give your college websites, or you can give any other websites, whatever the daily websites you are opening, those websites links also you can give. But whenever you clicking the link, you should have the internet to open this website. Okay. If you don't have internet, it will not open. So while running HTML code, no need of internet. So if we are connecting with any internet pages, then only you need. So now if I want to run basic HTML code, no need of internet, because many of the students were getting confusion. So no need of internet. Okay, so just it will open in a browser. So for opening browser, no need of internet. So don't worry about with the internet. When you are clicking the links, so anyhow it will take you to the website, right? So that time you need internet. So this is all about links tag. So let us move on to the next part, that is images. How to add images on the web pages. Okay. So let us move on to the images part. So next, moving on to the images. Images makes your web pages comes alive. Okay. So they are inserting using the img tag. Okay, HTML images are defined with the img tag, so which is special because it's a special closing tag, meaning it does not need closing tag. Okay, so for image tag we are not using any closing tag, so we call it as a empty tag. Image tag is also example for empty tag. So while I am explaining the tags, so I was explained about break tag example, right? So that is for empty tag. So here image tag is also an empty tag. Okay, so how we are writing the syntax like this. So image src is equal to image url. So alt is equal to alternative text and width and height. So these are all the attributes we are using for img tag. Here we are not using any img closing tag. So this is an empty text, means there is no closing tag for this tag. Okay. So here source src, this is the source, the path to your image file. Okay, so next alt. So this is alternative text that appears if the image cannot load, and it's also important for accessibility. So next one is the width. So it controls the width of the image, and height, it controls the height of the image in a pixels. Okay, you should remember it is in a pixels. Okay, so let us take an example and show you. Before going to examples, I will share with us some of the different ways we are using the images. Okay, so now you can insert images from a different locations. So let me show you the first image in the same folder. So if we are using in the same folder, if you are executing the HTML file, so which is in the same folder, if you are having the image means, so you have to use the source as the path is equal to, so direct you image name you are going to give. Okay, so all beautiful flower, width, height, these are the common attributes. So second one is the image from another folder. So if we are copying the image from another folder means, so you are going to use images slash the image name. So the images is the folder name. So from where you are copying the image, from where you are referring the image, that folder name you should mention. So then after that you have to mention your image name. Okay, so this is the second way. Remaining things is same. So next third part is image from online link. So if we are using an online link, here instead of image name, you are directly going to give the link of that image. Okay. So next is alternative sample image you're fetching. If you want, you can add with that for this one also. Attributes, if you want, you can add. But here important attributes are SRC and alt. So if you did not add alternative also, it will execute. Sometimes the image will not be load. So that time this alternative tag text will be displayed in your web pages. Okay. So this is useful for using images hosted on the internet. When you are hosting your images from the internet, that time it is important. Always remember to include that alt attribute. It's not just a good practice, it helps users with a screen readers understand what the image shows, and it displays if the image fails to load. Okay, so now you have understood about alt tag, right? So um, you have to use the alter tag. If you're not using alter tag also, it will execute, but it is a good practice to use alt tag. Okay, now I have created one image.html file. So now we'll create the image example. Okay. So this is the basic HTML tag. Inside this one, we are going to adding a image for this page. Okay. So for image tag, we are using img, right? Img. So then src. src is equal to image1. So just simply I'm giving image1.png. So then what we are using the alt is equal to my image. Okay. So next width is equal to, here I'm giving 200 px. Then height is equal to 200 px. Okay. So this way we are using the images. So when I'll run this one, instead of document, I'll change it to image. Okay. So if I run this one, nothing you can able to see here. Okay, just I'll show you with output. Yeah. Now you can see here the name is displaying my image. It is displaying from where? Alternative tag. So but image is not displaying because I don't have any image in this folder, right? So we are using images in three ways. But here we did not add any image. Okay. So let us add one image for this one. Then we'll try this output. Okay. Now I'm copying this image and paste it here. Okay. So just I'm pasting here. It is asking to paste. So directly I'll add it here image. Just I'll rename it image. Okay. So just I'll add the image name. So next image one, right? So just I'll change the name image one. So we should know it is a which type of image So if it is an image.jpeg, you should change the format here. So here I'm using image.png. Okay, the same image I'm ready. So just refresh the page. See, now you are able to see the image. So if I change the width of the image 400, so just I'll refresh it. You can see the width is going to change, right? Just I'll show you like this. So now let us change the width also. 400. Just refresh this one. So now you can able to get the bigger size. So if you want to add changes the size, the width and height, so you can directly change. If you don't want to add px, that will also it will work. Okay. So if I move my cursor to this image, okay. So if this image is not loading means this alternate text will be displayed on a web page, right? So this way we are going to add image with the same folder. Okay, so if I want to add an image with a different folder, just I'll create one folder, images. Okay. So if I'm adding images folder, so I'll move this image to images folder. Move. So now it's going to create error because I'm adding direct image name. Okay, so it is inside folder, right? So we have to write the folder name first. Images. So then images folder inside it is there. Okay, now I'll refresh this page. It is visible. Okay, so this way we are going to add images from another folder. Okay, so let us check next with the internet images, images referring from the internet. Okay, that I will show you. Search any images from the internet. Flower images I'm searching. Okay, just we can copy any image. Okay, just I'll copy image address, paste it. It's, I'll paste in this double quote. So it will be lengthier. For that reason only I copied here. So just I'm going to remove. Okay, I'll show you the output. So the output page is this one, right? So just I'll refresh. The same image is coming from the internet, right? So like this, you can add image from the same folder or different folder or from the internet. Okay, so all three ways you can use with the images. So whatever the image you want, you can add with your HTML page. Okay, so this is all about images. I think now you have understood about images, right? So always remember to include the alt attribute. It's not just a good practice. It helps to users with the screen readers understand that the image shows the displayed if the image fails to load. Okay. So if the image fails to load, it is going to display. Then user able to understand something. It is going to display. Okay. So this is about image style. Now let's talk about favicons. You might be wondering what's a favicon. So favicon stands for favorite icon. So it's that small icon you see in browser tab to the next title. You can see already you have seen whenever you run your application, you can see some web symbol, right? So there you can add your own icon. Okay, that is only we call it as favorite icon or favicon. Okay, so it's the small icon. It's usually 16 into 16 or 32 into 32 pixel in size. So favicon appears in three key places. First one is the browser tab, and next one is bookmark list, and third one is history. Okay, so in these three parts we can see the favicon images. So why they are important? So they help users quickly identify and recognize users website quickly. Okay, so think about it when you have multiple tabs open. So those title icons help you to find the tab you are looking for. So in that purpose, it's very helpful. Okay, so let us show one example according to this favicon example. So this is the basic HTML code. Inside we have added link relational is equal to icon. So this must and should we have to mention for the favicon icon, and type is equal to image slash png and path to the favicon. This is the href. So where from where we are referring this image, so that path we have to mention. So in the same way what we have mentioned in the image, right? So image, if it is in the same folder, we are mentioning the direct name. So if it is in a different folder, we are mentioning the name with a folder name. So if we referring from the internet, we can add the internet link. So in all three image format ways also you can use for this favicon image. So let us see the practical example. Okay, here relation means it is an icon. It tells the browser this is an icon. So next type, I am image slash png. So it specifies the image format. If we are using svg image, so you should mention the format svg. jpeg means you should use jpeg. Usually favicon images we are always using png or svg format. So jpeg format will not support, but it will support, but the image size will be differentiating. So for that reason, we are always using preferably PNG and SVG images. Href points to your favicon location. Okay, so you can use a PNG, ICO or SVG formats for your favicon. So PNG is the most commonly used format today. Okay, so even SVG also many people are using. So if you use PNG means the image will be more clarity. Okay, so for that reason only we prefer PNG images. Okay, so let us move on this example. Okay, so yesterday we created image, right? Today we'll create favicon. Let us create the file favicon.html. Okay. So you know already HTML code is here. So just I am going to add this. This we should add it in a heading section. Okay, after title we'll add because it is in a header part, right? So for that reason we are using in a link relation is equal to icon only. We have to mention. So next, why this icon for? Do you remember what I explained icon means? Icon tells the browser this is an icon. So for that reason only we are using icon. So next is type. So type will specify the image format. So our type is equal to double quotes image slash png. Okay. So next we are using href. It points the favicon file reference of the link. Okay. So href is equal to, so I'm going to mention the image. Just first I'll close this one. So we'll find some image. So here we are having image png image, right? Same image only I'll give here. It will come or not, we'll check. Okay, the favicon image name is image. Okay, it's there in folder, right? Images class image.png. So now we'll run this page. Just I'll add the name favicon and we'll write some body section. H1. This is favicon image example. Okay, right? We'll see the output, how it will look. Now see here. So the image is coming here. Sorry, I will zoom the page. You can see here. So it is only going to do, here you can see, so the favicon image came. Okay. So this is the output. You can see here the favicon image. Okay. So this is the example for favicon image. Let us move on to the next topic. So favicon example you've seen, right? So next topic is comments. Okay. So finally, let us discuss about comments. So comments are incredibly useful tools in HTML. Okay. So a comment is a piece of text. The HTML code and the comment is a piece of text in the HTML code that is ignored by the browser. So completely it will ignores whatever we written in a comment. It's only visible when you look at the source code, not the actual web pages. Okay. So comments are written between the special tags. So those are these tags. So angular brace, exclamatory symbol, hyphen hyphen and hyphen hyphen close angular brace. Okay. So this is the comments line. Whatever the comments we are going to write inside this comments, that will not be work as a code. It is ignored by the code. So why would you use commands? So these are main reasons. So we are using the commands. Okay. So this is the example you can see here. So this is heading is visible. Actually, I have showed you in the text formattings. Okay, so there I have writing inline. There have given example bold, italics, different text formats. So starting heading add given with a comment line, right? So that is comment line. So that will not be executed as a code. Okay. So why we have to use comments? The main reason to add notes and explanation to your code. So this helps you to remember why you wrote something a certain way. So okay, for that reason. And one more thing is to communicate with other developers who might work on code later. Okay. So and one more point is also there. So to temporarily disable code without deleting it. Okay, so this is really useful when you are testing or debugging purpose. Okay, so for that reason we are using the comment lines. So here is the practical example. Here is the practical example, like you can see here, this is heading visible. So welcome to my website. Only this will you will get the output. Okay, so we'll see with the example. We'll move on to VS Code. So here only I will show you the angular brace, exclamatory, hyphen hyphen. So it's we how much hyphen you want you can give, no issues. So inside I'm writing this is a comment line. Just refresh. See, I'll refresh once again. We are getting this line? No, right? So this is comment line ignored by the code or browser. Okay. So see how it looks, right? So this way we are using the comment lines. So it's a good practice to use comment lines. Okay, so it will organize your codes into different sections. So for different section partitions, for that reason we are using. So last example you can see here. Here I had showed you, right? So these all are for references. So you refer these things here. We use the sections separating for a different type of text, right? So here we have used comment lines. So this is the paragraph, this is the bold text. This will not displayed in the output. So just for our reference, we have used like this, right? Okay, let's quickly recap what and all we learned today. We learned links, right? So with a link, we are using anchor tag, and href we are giving the hyperlinks with a tag. If we want in a new tab, we can use the target. So links, and next what we have used images, right? So in images we use img tag. For images we have used img tag here we have used stores, source, and also alternative tags, right? So and with height, these things we have used in a image tag. And next we had explained favicon images. Favicon images we are linking with the head section. Almost we have to write in a always we should write this link in a head section. Okay. So and for this small icon to browser tab, right? So next one is comments. Comments example also I showed here only. So comments why we have to hide notes or temporarily hide the code. So for that reason we are using comments. So now it's your turn to practice. Try creating a simple web page. It includes links, images, favicon, and some helpful comments. Okay, so don't forget to check out assignments from your material. Okay, you will practice these with the chemical formulas and all, so with the text formats, and you can practice with your own images. Okay, so that will displayed in the browser. So if you get any error, you can clarify with the next class. Okay, this is all about today's class. I think you have understood how to add links, how to add images and fabricated images, and what is the purpose of comment line also. So okay, practice more, practice made perfect, right? So happy coding. We'll meet you in the next session.